So what's up, people? It's your boy OT and welcome to Steady Bro. Back to the Doctor Apprenticeship business. If you haven't seen that video, go check it. Link in the description. Basically, it was a novel way to broaden access to medicine, allowing people with difficult financial situations to enter medicine, and these individuals will be paid on the job whilst learning medicine. They wouldn't have to undergo the traditional MBBS course. You'll become a doctor working alongside other doctors and get paid on the job. Some people thought, yes, it was amazing and they happily welcomed it, whilst others were frankly horrified about this prospect. One point of interest in the first announcement was this undertone that it would have this primary care focus. Doctor Association UK, which is a non-profit organization formed by doctors to lobby for the interests of doctors, has come out in full opposition with their chest. Their opposition echoes some of the sentiments junior doctors on Reddit had voiced out initially. Firstly, they argued this program would bring out subpar doctors because GPs and consultants are already trained as it is, so to expect them to train without compromising the quality of training is rather unrealistic. They also questioned if this wouldn't create a two-tier system, as I said in the other video, mainly due to the fact that the traditional medics will be studying in university and these ones will be used for service provision. And when you are being used for service provision, there's not really the amount of time for one to be learning as well. They didn't say this, but to further highlight the fact that yes, training of junior doctors is not all fine and dandy as it is. I think recently I read somewhere that 10 junior doctors had been moved from the hospital in which they were training because there were concerns about the quality of training they were receiving. Now, granted, this is not the case for every single hospital in the United Kingdom. However, it does raise some concerns. So assuming there were medical apprentices in those hospitals, what sort of education would they be receiving? What sort of training would they be receiving? They did not pull that concern out of thin air. There are grounds for their rationale, though it can be debated. We don't think it's going to be cost effective. This program for sure is not going to be a charity work. Money will be implemented, money will be used in the hopes of bringing out quality, effective and safe practitioners. However, if we cannot guarantee the standard of their training, it will just result in a dumbing down of their healthcare and consequentially put patients at risk. With all this, the HEE, Health Education England, came out and yelled, BS! They were not buying it. They were not buying this because they argued the same institutions, the same universities that currently provide medical education are the same ones that are going to be running these medical apprenticeship programs. These apprentices will have the same assessment that medical students today are having. In addition, they will also have to sit the MLA, which is the medical licensing assessment. Now, the MLA is not already out. In concept, it's like the paying exams that physician associates sit, as it to be a standardized exams that every medical student graduating will have to sit in order to be able to register with a GMC. They are thinking of rolling it out in 2024, but they will have pilot tests in 2021 with some medical schools to see how it really works. So these apprentices will also sit this MLA to make sure they are at the same level of current medical students before they can register with a GMC. They are trying to tell Doctor Association UK, Maji, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. We got everything covered. So DAUK didn't go out without having the last word. We do agree with you in principle that there are some barriers into entering medicine, and normally this tends to be financial. However, we don't think this apprenticeship program is the way forward. You could perhaps subsidize individuals that have certain financial difficulties and maybe perhaps allow medicine to be learned part-time the traditional way, and they believe that would better serve the community as a whole than doing this apprenticeship program. They went one step further and argued the undertone of a primary care focus seems and does suggest a gross underestimation of the role of GPs in primary care. One that estimates GPs, to me, it's a hubris. It's a tracotanza against the gods of medicine, and this is definitely not approved by Zeus. It takes a lot to work in GP land and develop the ability to effectively deal with uncertainties that you often face on a day-to-day basis. So to assume that you can just put anyone there and they'll be just fine is absolute nonsense. And bro, put some respect on the name of GPs. They are juggling a lot. If I could do medicine and be paid at the same time, will all agree that that should not be done to the detriment of patients. And I think it's very good that people are raising concerns and voicing their opinion so early on in the development of this program, as I believe it will allow the HEE to look at these problems and iron them out and make sure this program is waterproof. Apprentices can come out, contribute to medicine, and push the game forward. Do you guys think this program will go ahead, or will it be halted in its tracks like the ESL? Let me know. It's your boy OT, and I'm out. Salute!